Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash, and today I'm going to be doing a review for the Artful Escape on Xbox consoles. Now, this was released on the 9th of the 9th, 2021. It's developed by Beethoven and Dinosaur, and it's published by Annapurna Interactive, who have published quite a few games I've been playing this year, such as Last Stop, which we did a review for recently on the channel. Now, The Artful Escape, we voted it in our podcast, our XBL Party podcast, as the best soundtrack, video game soundtrack of 2021. It's a cool little game, and it is also available on Xbox Game Pass. So, this is basically a game where you're playing as a Francis Vendetti, and it's on the eve of his first ever gig, like his performance. He wants to be a sort of musician, and he's struggling with the legacy of, I think it's his uncle, who's like a folk legend who's obviously passed away. So everyone expects him to sort of live up to the hype and be the next sort of folk megastar, but he has his own sort of imagination and he dreams of doing different kinds of music. So, in an attempt to escape the musical legacy of his uncle, a teenage guitar prodigy embarks on a psychedelic journey to inspire his new stage persona, searching for who he isn't in an adventure spanning stolen opera houses, melodic alien landscapes, and the impossible depths of the cosmic extraordinary. Now, as you can see from the video, this game basically takes place across the cosmos. After you've sort of got out of the sort of hometown where you start the game, you end up being like teleported across the galaxy, and you're basically an opening act for this sort of headline performer, and the plot sort of expands and unravels a bit more as you go along, as he's basically finding out his own musical sort of style and who he wants to be, basically. Now, the gameplay itself is pretty simple. You're basically walking from left to right or right to left in the areas. You've got light platforming sections, so you've got to jump over things, slide, don't fall in gaps, don't fall in water, etc. And then as you're progressing, you can sort of riff on your guitar and just hold the button down to just sort of play, and it sort of interacts with the world, lights it up and stuff like that, sort of gives it energy. And then at the end, or in the middle, should I say, and at the end of each level, you basically got these mini sort of boss sections, which is on the screen right now. And basically, it's like a Simon Says kind of thing. It plays, the boss will sort of light up what notes it wants you to play, and you've got to copy it in the correct order. Now, I love that all of these sort of boss encounters are all really cool and unique. Like there's this giant moth. There's like when you're riding on the back of like flying turtles and stuff like that. It's really cool. The soundtrack is amazing, and I like how they sort of incorporate the lights and the buttons you've got to press in with the actual characters themselves. It's not just like an overlay on the screen. It's all just sort of shown through the sort of characters and stuff like that, which I really appreciate. Now, the game itself isn't stupidly long. You'll probably get through it in about 2 to 3 hours. It depends what you want to do, really. Like I say, there isn't a lot of exploring off the beaten track as such. It's more sort of a set path, but there are a few little secrets and hidden achievements that you may miss on your first time through, but you can always jump back to a certain chapter once you've completed the game. And yeah, I really enjoyed the game. It does give you sections of dialogue where you get to pick and choose your answers, which slightly changes the responses you get. You get to sort of change your costumes and stuff as well, which I thought was really cool to give your own sort of cool personality. And the story, it's not the deepest of stories, but like I say, I really, really enjoyed it. Now, one thing this game does